Aries, thanks for visiting. And as I always ask you, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you would like to. I don't mind if you do or you don't. I'm happy for you to listen if that's what you want to do. You can turn off if you like as well, I don't mind. So I'm just going to start with your reading. So the first card you have for your past is the Knight of Swords. Now I think I'm seeing a clash here, or a potential clash, or a fear of a clash in this card. I think you might have really felt like saying something to someone, but this isn't like you at all. I think you held yourself back actually from saying something. I am seeing family around this. It might have been a family member. I'm seeing two people around this. So there's one main person who you had this big hold back from. You wanted to clash with them. And there was someone who was around that person and they were kind of on their side. And I think, you know, this has always annoyed you actually, because this other person sort of stands up for this person who you're annoyed with all the time. Doesn't matter what they do, they just stand up for them all the time. And you know, you did feel really angry. You wanted to be like this knight. You wanted to come rushing in. You've had clashes with this person in the past, I'm seeing as well, quite a few times I think. And I think you're just automatically on the defense when you're around them. It's like, when I see this person, what's going to happen? What are they going to say? What am I going to say? It's that kind of apprehension before you actually see this person. Now, but you must be changing. You must be mellowing a bit, because even though, even though you felt like this, you didn't react in the way that you normally would. Now, I think part of this was just tiredness. You're very tired. I think you had a lot of other things going on in your mind, bigger problems than this, and you just didn't want to spend your energy on this person. There's a little bit of rivalry around this too. I think this person's always been in some kind of competition with you, maybe just in their heads, I don't know. There's a little bit, you know, I always see this jealousy and competition and all of that kind of thing around you anyway. But yeah, you just didn't rise to the occasion. You didn't bite anything they had to say. That, you know, they came out and kind of tried to get you to bite and you didn't. So you're in more control at this time. You usually feel like a little bit like this horse around this person. Now he looks a bit scared, this horse. Now you weren't scared of them, it wasn't that, but you were scared of situations blowing up, or what you might say, or how you might react to them. But you did really, really well this time. You didn't react and you just kind of let things go. So, you know, and it's not easy for you to do, I can see that. So the next card you have your past is the Seven of Swords. So again, here's this kind of competition again. I see it all the time in your readings. Someone was trying to either not steal from you, but maybe copy some of your ideas. Somebody else has this competition around you. I'm not blaming you, but I think, of course I'm not blaming you, but I think you give out this vibe of, look what I can do, look what I can do. And when you get these kind of people around you who are a bit jealous or whatever, or a bit competitive, competition can be good, but there's also, you know, there's positive competition where you're just running in a race and someone wins and that's fine. And then there's kind of negative competition when people are quite kind of nasty and they kind of do underhand things. And so I think that kind of, look what I can do, thing that you have, not that you say that, but you kind of give that off sometimes. That triggers these kinds of jealous people. Again, I'm not blaming you, but this is what they see and they react to it. That's what I'm seeing. So, you know, instead of saying these kind of silly people, instead of saying something like, oh, look what this person's doing, that's inspiring. Maybe I can do something else that's unique to me, that I can, and I can get somewhere myself. You know, they could say that, but they don't do that. They try to either, they kind of want what you have. So they either copy you or they kind of try to one-up you in their own way to try and do a similar thing to you. Now, I have a similar thing happening in my life sometimes. I have a couple of people, and they're in my family again, who turn everything into a competition. They copy things as well. So I'm just used to that, and try not to take this to heart, because really they're doing that because they feel as if they don't have enough in their life, and they're trying to kind of take what you have to put that into their life, instead of taking something unique that comes out of them that brings them something positive to their life, they want to take from someone else, like this man on this card. So just try not to take it to heart, try not to worry about it, move forward. That's what you always do anyway. You're really good at pushing forward, so just keep on doing that. So the last card you have for your past is the Page of Wands. Okay, so I'm seeing this issue that I keep on seeing in your readings, and I wasn't going to talk about this again, but it always comes up. I think this is going to keep on coming up until you've actually done this actual thing. So there's something that you were looking forward to doing, you still are, I think. I don't think you've done this thing yet. Now, part of you knows that you're going to have to do this, or you did it this time, it's in the past. But there's all this overthinking around this, all this over worrying about this. And you know, have a look at this, what he's wearing. There are these salamanders, all these lizards on what this page is wearing. Now they're going around in spirals, in kind of cycles. They're kind of chasing their tail. That's what was happening in your head. You were like this page, you were looking up to the top of this wand, and you were thinking to yourself, I hope this is going to go right. I hope I'm going to be able to do this. I hope this is going to work out. I really, really do. I want it to. I'm looking up. That's what I'm looking up to. But on my body and all over myself, and really this was in your head, am I going to be able to do this? I'm worried about this. Maybe this will go wrong. Maybe that will go wrong. Around and around and around. They're going around and around, and that's what it was like in your head. Now, again, this is all I'm going to say about this again. It's going to go well. There's no reason to worry. Okay, that's all I'm going to say, because I've said so much about this in your last reading. This is here again. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, so the first card you have for your present is the Two of Wands. Yeah, so I think this might be about you trying to shake someone off, trying to get someone off your mind, actually. It's a little bit complicated. I'll try and explain what I'm seeing here. I am seeing a love connection. I think this might be an ex-love connection, someone from your past. I think you've had them on your mind for a long, long time. I think they still are at this time. I think you're still thinking about this person, but you didn't want to be. You wanted to shake them off. You wanted to get them out of your mind. Now you're trying to do that. You're trying to do that. You're trying to make you're putting in an effort to do that. I think they might be contacting you a little bit as well. Not a lot. I'm not seeing a huge amount of contact, just a few little messages. But I think you're either ignoring those messages or you're just not giving them much attention, because you know you cannot trust this person, and that's why you're not going to ever go back to this person ever again. You're right to be doing this, but even though you're kind of saying, no, I'm not going to go back to that person, I'm trying to ignore them, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to move on, all of that, you still have them on your mind. You will eventually get this person out of your mind. That's what I'm seeing. You don't even want to be with them. You really don't, because where's the trust? That's what's on your mind. Where's the trust? There's none there. Now, again, they're stuck on your mind. They're bolted, just like this wand is bolted onto this wall that's behind this man on this card. Now, eventually, they are going to fade out of your mind, but it's going to take a bit of time, because I think they've been on your mind for a long, long time, and you've kind of gotten into the habit of thinking about them. Now, again, you don't want to be with them. You do not want to be with this person, but they're just stuck on your mind at this time. You're doing everything to get rid of them off your mind. You're trying to think about your future. You're looking forwards like this man. You're trying to move forwards. You're trying to fill your head with everything else you're doing, with your work, with this project, with your business, with everything. Everything, you're trying to get this person off your mind. Also, I think you might even be using the stress that's inside your head in this Page of Wands to get them off your mind as well. Hopefully that works. I think it will probably work for a while. Obviously stress isn't great, but if there's one consolation, it's going to get this person off your mind, at least for a while. But keep on pushing forward, keep on trying to move forward with this, keep on trying this, because they are going to eventually leave your mind. It's just going to take time. So the next card you have your present is the Six of Wands. Yeah, again, same thing. Keep pushing forward. You're going to get through this. You'll have victory. You'll get rid of this person. You will get them off your mind. Okay, I'm seeing something. Don't be angry with me. This is what I'm seeing. You might be looking at them on social media a little bit. You're not obsessed with them. You're not stalking them. You don't want to be with them. I'm not seeing anything like that. I think you just might look at them sometimes just to kind of see what's happening. Now, I could tell you not to do that because, if you stop doing that, you'd be able to forget them a lot faster, obviously. But I know it's easier said than done. Lots of people do this. Just about everyone does this at some time. I've done it myself. But I think you do actually have more determination to kind of push this even harder now to try and get them off your mind. This is the victory card. So you're pushing and pushing and pushing, and you will have this victory. You will get them off your mind. It is going to take time because I think you have spent a lot of time with this person in the past. I'm seeing that. You have a lot of memories of this person as well. And these memories keep on popping into your head as well. But just don't be hard on yourself. Don't be mad at yourself. Keep on pushing forward. I know you're determined. Sometimes it can work being determined. Sometimes you've just got to sit back and let the feelings come and know that it will gradually move away from your mind. I don't know what kind of system you want to take. You'll probably be pushing if you're Aries. But yeah, they're going to get out of your mind eventually. So the last card you have your present is the Four of Cups. So yeah, I think you have a lot on your mind. Again, I'm seeing that again. I think there is one thing that you've been putting off, or that you are putting off at this time. This is something you should be doing. That's what I'm seeing, but you're putting it off. You're saying, I don't want to do this. Now, you're going to have to face this thing. That's what I'm seeing here. This is something that needs to be done. Now, I think you know that this thing needs to be done. I think you might have to jump through a few hoops to get there, to get this thing done. And I think I'm getting a really awkward, really horrible feeling around this, because I think the thought of doing everything, going through everything that you need to go through to get this done is probably what's putting you off even starting getting this done. I am seeing some kind of bureaucracy, some kind of official papers or something like that around this. And when you start even thinking about doing these papers, looking at these papers or forms or whatever this is, your heart just sinks and you avoid it. You think, oh, I have this awful feeling. No, I'm going to avoid that. I'm not going to think about it. So if this is resonating with you, see if you can try to take at least one step toward this. I think you're trying to distract yourself from all of this in some way. And I hate to say this because I can see how you feel about this. It's a horrible feeling, but it needs to be done. You have to do this. So try to start doing at least one thing about it. Try one thing every day. Eventually you'll get this done. Just try to do that. So the first card you have for your future is the Five of Swords. So this person in the Two of Wands, who's on your mind, I think they hurt you at one time. They hurt you and another person. That's what I'm seeing. Now the other person's moved on from this. You have as well, physically, but not mentally. Now I think you can't stop thinking about this person. You don't want them back once again, but you can't stop thinking about this person because you can't stop thinking about the hurt. You can't stop thinking about what they did. You can't stop thinking, also you can't stop thinking about the emotional highs and lows that you went through when you were with them. Now I think when you're with this person, this ex, or whoever this is, you had some amazing highs with them and you had some really terrible crashing lows. Now when you're in the lows, when you're high with them, when you're in this high, you're like, oh, everything's amazing, it's wonderful. Then you had these lows and then you were like, oh, this is so terrible. I just want the high back. I just want to feel better. I just want the high back with them. So you're always chasing that kind of high, a bit like an addict. And so that's why this is so difficult to get them off your mind, because you had this kind of addict mind around them. when you're an addict, it's very, very hard to stop craving and stop wanting what you're addicted to. So that is what is going on here. Now, I'm not saying you're addicted to them and you want them and you want to be with them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you're so used to having these up and down feelings that it's very, very hard to shake them off, because you're still kind of craving some kind of feeling around this high. It doesn't mean it's them. It doesn't mean it's them. I really hope this makes sense to you. Again, you are going to get through this. You are going to stop thinking about this person. It's just going to take time. That's what I'm seeing again. I wish I could just say you're going to click your fingers and it's going to be over, but it's not. It's just not. So that's all I have to say about that. I really hope that made sense to you. The next card you have for your future is the Queen of Wands. So, yeah, I just love this card. I love this energetic queen. She's so forward looking. She's kind of very future looking. She wants to get things done, all of that. She's capable. And I'm actually seeing protection in this card, because there are two lions either side of this queen. And to me, they look a little bit like they're protecting her. And there are two behind her as well, on the wall behind her. So they really look like they're protecting this queen. Now, I think when you go to do this project that you're really worried about in the Page of Wands, you're going to have someone around you and you're going to feel as if they're protecting you. And that's going to alleviate some of the tension that you're feeling around this. You're feeling really stressed, worried, all of that. Having this person by your side is going to help you to feel a lot less stressed. You're still going to be stressed in some ways. You're still going to have these ups and downs and all of that. Am I doing the right thing? Is it going to be this? Have I forgotten this? You're still going to have all that going around in your head. But having someone protecting you and helping you is going to push that stress down a little bit and make it a little bit easier for you. That's what I'm seeing. Now, the other thing I'm seeing is a warning around this. Now, when you feel stressed, you can be a little bit highly strung. Don't be angry, that's what I'm seeing. So just be a little bit careful of your temper at this time. I think people around you, especially this one person who's protecting you, I think they might do something, or they might say something, some little thing to annoy you. They won't mean to annoy you. It really is nothing. That's what I'm seeing. But when you're in this sort of stressed mood, you can kind of blow things out of proportion sometimes. You can see them as worse than they actually are. So just be aware of this and be very careful not to push people away, especially this person who's around you and who's protecting you. So just be very, very mindful of that. Slow your mind down, slow everything down. These lizards that I'm seeing in the Page of Wands are still going to be racing around in your mind. Try to slow them down. Try to slow the wheels down. Try to breathe. That's what I'm seeing you need to do. The last card you have for your future is the Sun. So again, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but this is what I keep on seeing over and over and over again in your readings. I'm going to have to say this to you again. This project, whatever this is, that makes you stressed, it's going to be fine. You're going to be happy. You're going to be very relaxed. You're going to be very relieved when this is all over. And yeah, just try to relax as much as you can around this. When this is over, you're going to be so happy, so relieved. I think what you should do is, can you see that sun there? If you can see that sun on the screen, have a look at that sun, look at its face, look at how serene it is. Now, shut your eyes and imagine that sun inside your head. Just imagine it. Can you see the sun? Okay, when you can see the sun, open your eyes again. Whenever you start to feel stressed about this and all these thoughts go racing around, shut your eyes and picture the sun and say to yourself, this is how I am. I'm like the sun. I'm serene. I'm happy. I'm fine. Everything's okay. Or you don't even have to say anything. Just picture the sun, and that sun will be a reminder of the fact that it's fine. It's going to be fine. It's fine now, and it's going to be fine when you're doing this thing. That's what I'm seeing there. I hope this is all. I hope you understand this. I was a little bit garbled in this reading. I know I was, but yeah, I'm trying my best. So Aries, I hope this resonated. As you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone, but again, if you like this reading, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment if you like to, if you want to, if you actually understood this. I know it was a bit of a mess, but yeah, thank you so much for watching.